welcome back. This is our first prep video. We're doing some sealing up here. We got one started, some teriyaki noodles, and what Mrs. Robin Hood is doing is she's cutting right here to get the name and the instructions off, to be able to put them in the jar as well. So what we're going to do is, I guess we're doing
teriyaki.
The teriyaki noodles, and she's taping the label to the front, that way we know what is in it.
Jars. No guessing.
And then put the instructions when we get it filled up. So far, probably take, looks like maybe 2 packs, maybe 3. Put the instructions inside the jar.
Okay.
Makes it a little bit easier.
Show them the jar, love.
Alright, here's one that's got nothing in it. So she's got it taped up pretty good right here, to where we can see what's in it. We don't have to guess, well, hey, this is, such and such, or this is, another type of noodle. Straight up teriyaki noodles. Got, what, 2 in there now?
Hand me my funnel. These are my jars. I totally forgot about that. I'm messing my jars up.
And just to help keep the tops right here where the seal goes from getting anything on them, we're going to use a funnel, a cannon funnel. Makes things a little bit easier. Look at that, perfect. 3. We got a few little clumps to get down there.
I get them with my feet. Don't touch my clumps. Ugh, can't use that toothpick. I'll use my scissors.
Leave a little bit of, just a little bit of space at the top, just enough. We got 3 in there, so what we'll do is we'll write 3 on the top. That tells us how many packs we got inside. And she's got wide mouth jars. So we're going to use a wide mouth attachment, and we're using the food saver, our little food saver, and the little attachment that goes on it, which goes perfect into the top of the attachment.
I know that's not the correct way to do that. Will you get me a roll of paper towels?
Paper towels?
Yeah, paper towels.
Whoop.
What are you doing? I just want to know, what are you doing?
Paper towels.
The machine went off as soon as I turned it on. Like, what in the world?
Once it gets the top put on, we're going to hit over here. Hit accessory.
Wow.
It is loud. She forgot one thing before she closed up.
I did.
She forgot to put the instructions in, because we got to know how to cook.
Ooh. Y'all can tell that was sealing.
And there's a good seal on it too.
Yep, I'm glad you got me that paper towel, because when I lift that up,
Everything went everywhere. Yep.
Cannot. See that right there, the powder? You have to wipe it off. You want to show them the powder?
There's powder right here on the lid, right here on the mouth of it. Before you can even put that top back on there, you've got to get that off. Otherwise, you will not have
a proper seal.
Exactly.
I don't know where my mind is. Let's go ahead and wipe the seal off again.
The top seal.
Now, I did wash all these jars. I recommend washing all your jars before you do this. I just have a thing.
It's just to get all, dust, if there's any moisture build up in them, dries them out.
Or
anything that's extra in it, it gets it washed out. Just makes it a little bit easier for everybody. Again, just put it on the top. We're going to hit When she's ready, she hits accessory. Once it's done, it'll automatically shut off. Take the accessory part to your food saver off. Pop your top. Put your ring on. And since this took three pouches, what we're going to do is we're going to write 3 on the top. 3 pouches. And that one's done. We're going to go ahead and get the rest of this done, and we will see you back here in just a few minutes. Everybody, welcome back. Welcome back.
Oh, I just...
What we got was, we now have 4 jars from about, I don't know, 3, 6, 9, 12 packs of this stuff condensed down to 4 jars. We put the number of packs it took and the date. Now we just extended this life of this stuff a lot on the shelf. Once, and we're moving on to the next one, doing the same process we did with this. As you saw before, we cut out the name. And can't really see it, but the instructions are inside. That way when we open it, we take the instructions out, and there it is. We're moving on to the next one. We'll come back to you once we're able to get the rest of this done. Alright guys, welcome back. We finished up the pasta sides and the rice sides. We did get quite a few jars. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 jars of the teriyaki. Now we did, again, I'm going to show you this again. We put how many packs was in it, and we put the date, today's date that we sealed it on. Now we just extended these lives of this stuff probably another 5 years or so, because there's no oxygen in them, sealed up. We got 1, now this is the pasta, 2, looks like 2 of the cheddar and broccoli, same thing. Put the labels on the front, because all you gotta do with that, take the label off, tear it off, throw it away, put the instructions in it, and big rule of thumb, guys, big rule of thumb, leave at least an inch or so from the top. That way it's got some space. We got 1, 2, 3 jars of the mushroom flavored stuff. Same thing. Label on the front. Instructions in the side. How many packs goes in it. Today's date. And we got 1 jar of this creamy chicken flavored stuff. Same thing. Again, label, instructions, today's date, and how many's in it. Makes things a little bit easier. And then chicken flavored broccoli. Same thing. Instructions are on the inside. Label, how many's in it, today's date. It's simple stuff. We're going to take this, we're going to put this on our shelf. That way we have extra. You want to go ahead and put that there, love?
Yeah, I sure will.
We got,
If I can grab it.
that way we got extras. From what we're understanding, there's supposedly a food shortage coming. Another good thing to have, guys, and you can get them online, you can get them in Walmart, you can pay for them directly out. They're about $21, $22, give or take. The biggest thing is being able to be prepared. Prep, prep, big time prep, guys. Prep is, it's from Augustin Farms.
And if you have EBT, and you know what that is, you can buy these on that. As far as what I understand, you can buy these on them.
You can look it up.
Because they have nutritious value. They have.
Biggest thing is this right here.
And we get these at Walmart in the bulk.
Let's see if I can get it in there. Nutrition facts. As long as it has a nutritional fact label on it, you can get it.
So I recommend everyone having those. It's just a thing. You don't have to. It's just better be prepared than not prepared.
Especially if you're literally on a budget of once a month's pay. I know there's a lot of people out there that's only getting like SSI and stuff like that. It's just once a month. Biggest thing, know where you shop, know how to shop. That's a good thing to have. In the past,
we've had to eat them because we've gotten short on food before, and we've had to eat them. So.
And they might be kind of like MREs, but it's really good stuff. It's got creamy potato soup in it. It's got macaroni and cheese. Macaroni and cheese is not bad either. It does have breakfast.
Yeah.
And it's a 48-hour emergency bucket.
And I think it feeds 4 people.
And a lot of them's got like 2 packs of the like potato soup in it and stuff like that. It's one of the best things to have. And for storage life, it's like a 5 to 10 year shelf life or something like that for those buckets, because they've got oxygen absorbers in them in the packets. So when you're pouring them out into your pans, be sure to get that out first.
Yes.
Definitely don't want that being stuck in your food, because it'll ruin your food. And another plus thing about doing this with the food saver is you don't need oxygen absorbers for it. The next thing we're fixing to do, guys, is we're going to do some macaroni and cheese. Regular. It's the powdered cheese stuff, regular noodles. We're going to do this, and same thing again. We're about to extend the life of this for another 5 years or so, give or take. We'll come back to you once we get a couple of them open and get the jars over here ready to go. We'll show you what we're doing, how we're doing it. On this one, we really don't need the label. We just need the instructions on this, because we already know what's in the jar. So we probably won't need the label for it. But other than that, guys, we'll be right back and we'll show you what we're doing. Alright guys, I told you we'd be back to show you what we're fixing to do here. We got 3 boxes so far of macaroni in there. Alright, what we're going to do...
We use powder.
Yeah, the powder, I think we've all had both types, the cream type and the powder. The powder, to be honest with you, is a little bit more flavorful. It's got a little bit better cheddar taste to it. But what we're going to do is we're going to take a toothpick and just poke a small hole in the packet of cheese. That way we can try to get all the cheese powder, if we can, in there.
Yeah,
No?
Nope. Hey, don't poke a hole in that one. I have a plan.
She's got a plan.
I got a plan.
Okay.
Since you poked a hole in that one, I'm going to put that one in there.
Poke a hole in it to get the air out from it and be able to seal it better. She's going to try something, so here we go. We're going to see what goes on with this. See what we got, guys.
We're not gonna seal it, but we're just gonna put all the packs in here.
Look at that. And same thing with this, is we're gonna go ahead and put the ring on. That way that's already done, don't have to worry about that. We're gonna put the same thing, how many boxes that it was. So there's 3 boxes, and we're going to do today's date. There it is. Simple, easy stuff. And we're going to continue on, and we will come back and show you guys what the end result is of all the boxes of macaroni and cheese. Alright guys, welcome back. Told you we'd come back and show you what the end result is. Right now, we are sitting at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 jars of regular macaroni and cheese. We put regular just mac and cheese on it, how many's in it, and today's date. The last 2 jars for this is the cheese pouches. We didn't even seal these up, because we're going to be just popping them open, getting out the packs of cheese anyway. So we got 2 jars of that. Don't worry about the date or anything like that. The last 2 jars we had, we went ahead and put some other type of macaroni and cheese, a thick and creamy version of it. We did seal these up 4/3/23 for the date. We already know it's macaroni and cheese. We got that there. Now we did put cheese packets in here and seal it up, and when we sucked all the air out, when we sealed it up, all the cheese pouches swelled up from it. So, but other than that, guys, again, same thing. The type of macaroni and cheese, we already know it's macaroni and cheese, and today's date, and we put a label in there. Don't have to worry about instructions. It's all the same instructions as all the other macaroni and cheeses. Only so many minutes. And there it is. We're going to find out the next thing we're going to do. We got a whole nother case of jar to do. So we're going to figure it out. And then we'll get back to you as soon as we do. Show you what we're going to put in the jars and how we're going to do them. Alright guys, until then, we'll be back. Alright guys, welcome back. Told you we'd be back and show you what the next thing we was going to do. These little hazelnut fellas. The Ferrero Rocher, I guess. The good little hazelnut things. The chocolates on them and stuff like that. These things, since I can't get it right. They got the hazelnut in them and stuff like that. They're pretty good. We're going to do about 2 jars of these. We're going to seal these up. Same thing. We're going to put at least the date on them and what they are. We do have a few other things that we're going to try and do. Best thing, trail mix. We're going to do a couple of packs of these in a jar. We're going to seal up some Oreo cookies again. And last but not least, we're going to do some Twizzlers. And because these are a little bit only quart-sized jars, what we're going to do is we're going to cut them down. And we're going to stick them in the jar and seal them up. Same thing, we're going to put what's on them, what is in the jar. Even though you can see through it, we're still going to put what's in them on the top with the date. Not worried about how many's in there. And what we're going to do is after we get them sealed up, same thing, date, what's in them, and it'll be a very much extended shelf life. But your biggest enemy when it comes to prepping and everything is all that right there. You see that? See how it's creeped up and I push on one side and it puffs out? That is nothing but oxygen right there. That is your worst enemy. And same thing with these. We got these to seal too. Some honey roasted peanuts. These would be good if it was a metal container with an oxygen absorber or something in them. But this ain't nothing but cardboard right here. So you get rid of that. Then you just throw the container away, seal it up, have them good to go. Other than that, guys, once we get done with everything, we'll come back and we will show you what it looks like. Until then, we'll see you then. Alright guys, welcome back. I told you we'd come back once we got everything done. Now we did multiple jars here. Of course you know about the first one, the little fine hazelnut chocolate one, guys. Put the name on them. Didn't put how many because didn't feel like really counting them out. But we did put the date on it for today's date. That's one of the things we did. We did two jars of Oreos. Got 2 jars of that. These 2 right here. Now we did get, where's that? 2 jars of trail mix. Same thing. Trail mix, today's date. Because we got 2 jars of the little hazelnut chocolate guys. Now we did do, and here's the Twizzlers, by the way. A whole pack of Twizzlers we put in. The wild berry Twizzlers. Today's date. We did a quick jar of figs. There's different things you can do on this stuff. Off-brand Oreos, same thing. We also did about 1 3/4 of a jar of a container of the Planters nuts in here. Same thing, but the only thing we did, we put honey roasted, today's date. Makes it simple, makes it easy. Popcorn mix, it's caramel and cheese mix of popcorn. Same thing, popcorn mix, today's date. Like we said before, oxygen, your enemy when it comes to prepping. It spoils your food, doesn't last long on your shelf. Now we're going to put these up on our shelf that we've already got a couple of jars that we've had before. Those were in that quick little short you guys saw. That was the some Oreos and the same thing, the little popcorn mix guys. But if you can, best part about this is you can go on, whether it's eBay, Amazon, you can find you one, and this is the first one we got. It's a real quick, just pump. You hold it to the top when you put your, whether it's this one or your wide mouth, you just put it on top, say it would be on there sealed. You stick this on the top, make sure it covers that hole right there.
I spent like $10 and something on the whole system. And
you just hold it there. She said, Mrs. Robin Hood said she spent about $10 on it. Probably about 10 and some change. And all you're doing is holding it. And at the top, when you hold it on, you just pump. When you get it on there, it does the same thing as a food sealer does. It kind of cord out a little bit better. Kind of does the same thing as this, as your regular food sealer. This was our attachment right here. The only thing we had to do was pop this part off of the food sealer when we put it back together. Let's see if I can get it on there real quick for you guys and show you. Alright, it's on there. Only thing you gotta do, pop it off. That's what we put right here in this little hole. Put it in the little hole, make sure it's a good seal around as it's sitting on your jar. Once it's done, gone through its whole process, you just release it, get it out of there. But other than that, guys, again, oxygen is your enemy when it comes to preps. You can do candy, you can do your regular food. The best thing to do is kind of think about everybody that's around you. Like, for instance, me and Mrs. Robin Hood. She's a diabetic, so we have to think about things that she can have for low sugars. When her sugar gets low, it starts really affecting her really good, so we have to think about things that can bring it up. For instance, that popcorn mix. If she eat about 1 1/4 cup, it's about 33 grams of sugars, might as well say. So that's perfect. It bring it up, but she's got to eat 1 1/4 cup. So that's probably about, say she was to eat some of this out of the jar. It'd be about that much of the jar, give or take, just to bring her sugar up. And I mean, yeah, at the end, when the world stops and comes, to a complete halt, some of that stuff, trying to get insulin and keep it going, the only way to be able to do it is if you did solar or wind turbines. So it's bigger things to think about. Mostly low sugar, because it's gonna, you're trying to survive, and there's more. You're gonna be doing a lot more stuff at the end when the world comes to a complete halt. But do your foods, prep your foods, get your preps good, get that oxygen out. Again, the same thing. Like I said, things that would help people. The little hazelnut chocolates, the trail mix, since it's got some chocolate in it. This stuff, guys, this will help. Trail mix is a great thing to put in a backpack for a prep, for a great food source, great preps. So do what you can to help yourself. If you've got people that count on you and rely on you, the best thing to do, guys, is think about them too. Because even if they live in another state or another county or another city, try to make your place the base, the home base, the base of operations. Best thing to do. Try. That way you've got the food there. If you can, get people to help you, your family wise. Tell them, hey, I'm doing this. Want to help me, get this stuff sealed up. You don't have to do it with just jars. You can do it with, a food sealer. That, just the little bags, the food seal bags. Let me see if I can get these ones out here. The little food seal bags. Get some food seal bags. Do the same. You can do about the same stuff as you can in jars. Prep is a big thing. Try to survive. Biggest thing is survival. But again, oxygen is your enemy. So all in all, guys, you've seen what you can do. We showed you how, pretty much a how-to, might as well say. Now, me and Mrs. Robin Hood, we're going to put this stuff up, get it on our shelves. That way we can finish up what we have. Again, guys, hit that like, subscribe, and notification buttons. Get yourself organized. Definitely get yourself organized. Share it with your friends and family. whether they know how to do it or they want another trick they can do on how to can without having to boil water in a pressure canner.
But you still have to do that if you do food,
Well,
like green beans and stuff like that. You still have to pressure cook it.
Well, we're talking about dry goods.
Oh, dry goods, you can just look like we've been doing it.
Dry goods, this is all it is. You can do all your dry goods, if you got a whole bunch of peanuts are sitting around, or trail mixes, or the macaroni and cheese, you can do the same. The little pasta sides that we were showing you, stuff like that. They're cheap, they're easy, they're great on a budget. The macaroni, the powdered macaroni and cheese is great on a budget. They're only like $1. Depending on where you go, you can get them for 50 cents. Walmart, you can get them for about 50 cents a box, maybe less. Other than that, guys, hit that like, subscribe, and notifications buttons. Keep up to date. We'll be back with some more preps, some tips, tricks, and suggestions for you guys. If you have any questions on stuff, don't be afraid to either drop us an email, do it on a comment. We'll be happy to answer you guys. If anything, hopefully you guys take something from this. Get yourself prepped. Get yourself ready to go. Because we just never know when the world's going to stop. Until then, until we strike again, we will see you guys later.